Start this noon with the oil leak and the efforts to limit the damage in and along the Kalamazoo River. We brought you live coverage of that news conference, which just ended in Battle Creek. We have team coverage of the spill, starting with 24-hour News 8's Tony Tagliavia live outside the Spill Command Center in Battle Creek. Tony?
Good afternoon. Some key announcements today as far as cleanup of the oil spill and what's being done to prevent that oil from moving further downstream on the Kalamazoo River. First, Enbridge energy officials say they are doubling the number of barriers in the water between the Fort Custer State Park near Augusta and Morrow Lake. It's kind of a last stand. Officials want to make sure that oil doesn't get into the lake. It'll be difficult to clean up. Then if it goes over that dam, it's going to be traveling at a higher rate of speed. Also, excavation is set to begin today on the section of pipe where the leak is believed to have occurred. Now, the CEO and president of Enbridge says we could learn something today then about what caused this spill. Some preliminary information, though. He says a final answer won't come for weeks. Also today, we were able to ask some questions on behalf of the viewers who have been asking us about groundwater and whether it's safe to drink. Here's what we asked and some of the answers we had.
Basically, the response to that question is what I've been indicating for the last couple of days. Initially, we want people to avoid exposure to the crude oil as much as possible, stay off of the river route as much as possible, avoid sightseeing. In terms of their own groundwater, I really don't anticipate that we're going to come up with anything significant from the sampling that we perform over the next couple of days.
Groundwater teams are expected to be in town this afternoon. The Battle Creek Calhoun County Health Commissioner you just heard from there went on to say that he's not terribly concerned about the municipal water supplies in both Battle Creek and Marshall, but he also said if you're personally concerned about it, don't drink the water. He also said if you see sheen in your water, or of course if you smell oil in that water, to call that 1-800 number for Enbridge Energy. We're going to have that for you in just a second. That number also comes into play in terms of those who are interested in trying to volunteer for the cleanup for wildlife rescue. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service representative here says call that same 800 number. If a group of people is interested in volunteering, have one person call on behalf of the group. The 800 number, 1-800-306-6837. I'll say it again, 1-800-306-6837. We're going to post that again in a story at woodtv.com that's going to be coming online within a matter of a few minutes. We also want to update you on one thing. Earlier today, Congressman Mark Schauer, who represents Calhoun County, questioned the response times from when Enbridge Energy notified federal authorities about this bill. Today, that question was asked at this press conference. Enbridge president and CEO said basically the company followed the rules. He said the company couldn't notify federal authorities until it had a good estimate of the volume. He says federal authorities require that volume estimate so that they can determine how to prioritize response to certain environmental issues. One more thing, questions were asked. Where has the oil traveled to at this point? The last update was based on information from last night. I know Joe LaFergie is out there at Morrow Lake trying to get a sense of that, so hopefully he'll have some answers that are more up to date. For now, we're live in Battle Creek. Tony Tagliavia, 24-hour News 8.